Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to an episode of Career Mode. Now, I'm actually really excited. I'm kind of all buzzed up on the Career Mode. I didn't play a lot of it for a little while, but I'm back, and last night, or I should say this morning, I was up and I played Career Mode until 6 a.m. Yeah. 6 a.m. I mean, I got so into it, it was unreal. It's one of those moments where you didn't want to put the controller down because you just wanted to see what would happen the next time you hit advance, you know? And I think I got, around 6 hours worth of footage. And 6 hours worth of footage pretty much means that I have loads of videos for you guys. And, well, I have loads of potential videos for you guys. Obviously, they'll all come out. It just matters. It just depends how often I can get them out to you all. But Muriel there dancing like an Irish dancer and swings one into Mattox. And this was the game up against Chelsea. We're in the closing parts of the entire season, you know. We're currently in 5th place. We are battling for a 4th place spot up against Man City. And it is very much a back and forth sort of thing. But my game up against Chelsea at home, I actually won 1-0. A really, really tough game, actually, I thought. You know, Chelsea, they're a really solid team, and I felt as though that, you know, they were just, they were really solid in defense, and I struggled to break them down. Fortunately, though, we did manage to get that one goal, which left us with 3 very, very important points. Next up, we had Liverpool, though. We had some really tough games. I mean, you guys know me complaining about fixture congestion, but not only was it fixture congestion, it was also a row of really tough games. You got likes of Chelsea there, and we had Man City and Man United previously, and now we have Liverpool here, and it was just really, really tough. But fortunately, and, well, I really would have actually liked to pick up at least, you know, 1 point, if not 3 points out of the game, but it did end up just 0-0, so it was 1 point. I mean, 3 points would have been good, but there was the schedule that I had. I had a few games left, still very quite congested. I was just taking a look down the line. Obviously had some international games, and those international games are the World Cup. It is the World Cup with France that I am. But nevertheless, I had my game up against Bolton. Bolton are a strong side, not one that I'd say I should be losing to whatsoever. So I was really going into this looking for 3 points, because I knew if I wanted that top 4 spot, I was going to have to put in an absolute shift and a half. It was just going to be really tough, because Man City were sitting there. There was just a few points between us. You know, in fact, there were only a few points between 5th, 4th, and 3rd. I think 2nd and 1st were kind of clear in their own way. I believe Manchester United actually won this league, and a fantastic strike from Mattox. That is just an absolute peach. Seriously, it was. So you guys might be wondering why I was playing Mattox, and it was only because of the fact that I actually had a lot of fitness issues with my strikers. You know, obviously with the congestion of fixtures, it requires me to swap and change my squad quite a lot. And a lot of the time play very much a weakened team that, you know, I really need to be powerful towards the end of the season. I managed to pick up 3 points every time I can. So with the fixture congestion, it really did make it tough. But Jay Spearing there manages to get a goal for Bolton, and my defense must have been pretty bad if Jay Spearing was to break through and put a goal in. But that's just the way it ended up. And 1-1 against Bolton, I needed to do something. There was something that needed to be done, because I wasn't simply going to settle for this. I needed to win. But a beautiful ball, like a really nice ball. Ramirez takes it past, but off the post, and then it goes out for a corner, which was just so dramatic. I couldn't believe it. I was like, that could have been 3 points. But fortunately for me, Kurt Zuma there stepped up to the plate and put it right into the back of the net, ensuring that we went one ahead, because that was such an unfortunate series of events. Nevertheless, though, this wasn't going to be, you know, your average FIFA 13 game where you go on to win it. It was unfortunately one of those games where you throw it. And, you know, having that 1-0 lead, I honestly thought I was going to go and snowball on and do a little bit better and go and grab another goal, because that's the way I felt it went. But unfortunately for me, a really nice ball was played across the pitch there. And they just had a really good piece of attacking play and a fantastic ball there, as Jose Bosing was completely caught out, and a great header to beat my keeper. So Petrov there gets the equalizer, and that's a draw I really didn't want. You know, like I said, to keep the pressure on for that 4th place, that was going to be really, really tough. And Man City there beat Southampton 3-1, and they're the people that I want to, you know, take over for that 4th place spot. But we had time. We could still do it. We just had to rely on some other things. You know, we had Sunderland there that we were coming up against, and if I had wanted any chance at coming fourth place, I would need to win this. Or, you know, the only other thing is I draw this and Man City lose the rest of their games, but that just wasn't looking like it was going to happen. So with that being said, I went into this Sunderland game pretty revved up, wanting to really get some nice results out of this. And Ramirez with a fantastic opening goal in the 13th minute as he fires that one in literally the top right hand side of the goal there, which was a really nice goal, and those ones are always awesome sauce. And he completely rockets one over the bar there, and I was really lucky with that. A couple substitutions for Sunderland as it was getting as a pretty intense game. You know, it was getting into the later stages, but Fellaini takes it around the defender there and fires one past the keeper. Unfortunately for me, that's where Fellaini excels, is when he's backed up against a defender and he can just turn one way and he'll just fire it in, because he does have a fantastic shot on both feet. But Ramirez at the moment doing great work in that center attack and midfield, but the game snowballed from there. Unfortunately for me, it ended up 4-0 and we battered Sunderland senseless. A little later on, though, we had a game, you know, as you guys can see here, Manchester City did all right, but we needed to win and win more and just hope Man City lose. As you guys can see, we are exactly 3 points behind, I think it is, and we had our game up against Fulham, and this one was a must-win. All of our games to the end of the season are a must-win, and they were going to be really important to essentially determine how the rest of the season was going to go. But El Shaarawy there powers past their players, plays a fantastic effort, but unfortunately he manages to pick up the rebound, and we were really lucky there that the ball went straight back into El Shaarawy's path, because that could have easily gone elsewhere and we would have missed out on the opening goal. But Fulham are a good side, and Fulham don't let things go so easily. A great little pass through to Royce, and Ruiz manages to put that in the back of the net. And you know, when it's 1-1, you're like, oh my god, this is an absolute bitch. But a fantastic ball, and he sneaks that in the back of the net. That was so key. And fortunately for me, in the 90th minute, just to put the nail in the coffin, Shaarawy steps up and fires one in. The keeper guesses the right way, but it just wasn't enough. And they also picked up a red card for a previous incident. I think it was actually a penalty, and I think I missed it actually, which drove me insane. But Fulham did give me a, a sort of revival, a redemption, an opportunity to redeem myself. And here we had to squad pick. You know, we got the World Cup coming up. It was going to be key. Huge shouts for Cabaye. And so I was like, I've got to put him in. You know, that was one of the biggest things you guys asked for, was Cabaye in the squad. I also brought in Pogba because he's part of my squad, so I feel as though it gained him some good experience. And it, just nice to have one of your own club mates in the World Cup team. Anyways, guys, I hope you've all enjoyed this video. Like I said, if it gets 3,000 likes, I'll upload the next one as soon as possible. Thank you so much for your support. I'll catch you all later. Bye bye.